Hi, this is Cindy Pressgraves with Real Estate Divorce Single Parent. Okay, so I have so much to tell you guys. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year's, and I want to say thank you for all your guys' support and messages. This is like something really, really important for me because I know that I'm actually inspiring and helping other people. And, it encourages me to continue with this podcast completely. So, first of all, Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, and I hope this year brings you guys so many blessings and you guys can accomplish all your goals. Okay, yes, let's start with the look right now. For those of you that are not looking at me on YouTube, and for those of you who are, okay, I just got off a flight. And it's a really, really interesting story. I just spent 10 days in Shreveport with my brother, Louisiana. And on my way here, I'm going to tell you like the way back. One of my contacts fell. So it was like itching. I like rubbed my eye and all of a sudden like, oh gosh, it ended in a finger. It was raining a lot, like really hard. My contact solution was actually inside my luggage with my contact on the hand, and then I got all tangled up. Then this lady's like, we're about to get on the shuttle, and all of a sudden she's like, just put it in your mouth. And like, and then I put it in my mouth, okay, this is not working. So I actually had to find the case in order for me to put my contacts in there, and it was a disaster. But then we went ahead and, we got there. My mask broke when I got into the shuttle. That's okay. I'm like, look, my mask broke. We're almost at the end there. Then they're like, hey, where's your ticket? I'm like, I gave you my ticket. I didn't even look at the number of the ticket where I was parked at. I'm like, okay, whatever. But then I found my car finally. But on my way here, there was 3 accidents. So I kind of got stuck in traffic for around my flight arrived home like at 10 p.m. and I got home like at 1 a.m. So that can tell you how long I was in traffic today. But okay, now jumping into the best part of everything right now. I am so freaking happy. So freaking happy. I don't know if I should actually bring it in or not, but let's go ahead and talk about how I actually spend time in Shreveport. So for those of you who don't know, I am new to the podcast. I am a realtor. I started my real estate career. I was licensed first in North Dakota, now in Georgia, and then Louisiana because my brother and my brother-in-law are stationed in Louisiana. And, sometimes I dabble in that market, meaning that I like to learn and I like to see, hey, what there's out there, and compared to different markets too. First of things, I don't like their contracts and their water is not really good, but it has nothing to do with real estate in that case. Okay, I want to make this podcast about hope. If you guys have actually listened to my podcast during the past year for 2021, when I started was in June, I was going through phases in my life last year, meaning that it was kind of hard for me it wasn't hard. I would say I was going through the process of learning who I was as myself, as a single parent. Part of the things is I had gone through a breakup. I went through a divorce, a breakup. And last year was completely solo Cindy, completely. And I had talked to my brother about like, hey, you know what? I'm going to spend Christmas with you guys. That's fine. 10 days, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I want to tell you something about this. I hadn't been on dating apps for a while because I honestly don't find nothing interesting. It's just a waste of time. Like I've become a pro at swiping left completely. Like, it's like, okay, left, let's swipe left. Nah, I don't like it. No. Or people think it's just a hookup thing and I don't hook up. And anyways, I was expecting to just spend time with my brother in PJs. I forgot half of my clothes. I only packed one luggage. And one night for some reason, okay, so I was in Dallas. I think I matched with this guy. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, so whatever. We matched and I sent him a message through Bumble. And then I got into like, okay, Facebook dating is horrible. Horrible. I mean, it's you can find like the creepiest people there ever. And I matched with this guy again. I'm like, what the heck is up with this guy? I mean, we keep on matching and he doesn't talk to me. Anyways, on Facebook dating, we started talking and we hit it off. So me as leaving things to the last minute, and honestly, like I didn't want to buy presents for my kids, and I'm kind of the Grinch. Yes, I have been the Grinch, but I'm not a present person, and I don't like raising my kids with material things. I like adventure. I like, giving them something that is going to be it's going to help them like build memories, create memories, and they'll remember it for the rest of their life. And that's how I am. So I met this guy. I'm not going to say his name, but I'm like, hey, do you want to meet at Target? I'm going to Target. Okay. Okay, whatever. I mean, this guy might just be a creep or something. He might not even show up or whatever. I mean, it's a public place. I need to go do shopping. Anyways, I ended up going to Target. And my brother was supposed to get there like at 8:00 at night because we had two cars, but yeah. And I also forgot my license, by the way. So I didn't come prepared to drive. I didn't come prepared for nothing. And so I'm like, hey, you know what? He's like, well, that's fine. Just let me know when you're heading out. I'm like, okay. So anyways, we met at Target. And I'm not going to give you descriptions or anything about this guy, but he is actually, and okay, this is going to come for a surprise for you guys. I've been like saying, no, I will never date another Latino because of my past and other things. I mean, it's just like they're too controlling sometimes. And I no offense to anything. I mean, yes, I am Latina, but I am a Latina without a temperament. Just learn how to press the right button and I will get that temperament completely. But anyways, it's funny because the time that we started talking was like, look, I'm not going to waste your time. You're not going to waste my time. And we just started saying things that we wanted and things that were deal breakers. And I was like, okay. So we would talk about marriage that day. And I'm like, no, I have not gotten married, by the way. No marriage. No marriage whatsoever, by the way. But I really, really like this guy. And I'm like, okay, this has to be like some type of setup or, he's just, there's a time bomb with him. Okay. He just went through a breakup. But anyway, that's not the case. That is not the case here. The case is that, yes, he's gone through this breakup. That was first night. We spent out like around 3.5 hours to 4 hours talking. Then we went ahead and I think we met like the following day was Christmas. I did invite him for Christmas Eve and we were making fun of each other because I'm like, well, do you want to meet my family? I mean, might as well, if you don't like them, you can just run away, right? Just get it done. Who knows, right? Be like, let's just throw everything and see if this explodes. I'll be like, how can we mess this up big time? I told you guys I was not expecting nothing. Like, this is like my typical trip to Louisiana. Look at my brother, just spend time with my brother-in-law, gossip, talk about things. Okay, we don't gossip. We have intellectual conversations, which is totally different. And this time, yeah, they closed on their house. They're about to move again. And I'm like, okay, so I was kind of bored. And I had been working for a little bit, which you guys got to be proud of me because this time around, I went ahead and I had downtime. Cindy had downtime completely. And it actually felt good, but at the same time, I kind of felt bad. But I know this year is going to be like super busy for me. So I need some downtime before I have a break, like a breakdown or something. But I'm getting ready. I'm so excited about this. Okay, going back to the guy. Second time, we went ahead and we had a whole conversation. Conversation went up to like 4 o'clock in the morning. And this guy has everything that I am looking for a guy. Look, yes, I know. My name is Cindy and I don't fall for people. I don't fall for guys. I think that's a waste of time. That's kind of like my old Cindy, you know? Yeah. I know it's bad, isn't it? Anyways, so I really like this guy. And he's like, look, I just went through a breakup. I'm like, okay, I understand. But I really, really like him. But the good thing is that he lives in Louisiana. I live in Atlanta. And I go to Louisiana like once or twice a month to visit my brother or anytime I'm bored. So I'm like, okay. So the third time we saw each other was like, okay, he has like the biggest heart ever. He is like so sweet. He has the most amazing blue eyes I've ever seen. And it's just like, he's like so tender. He reminds me, I don't know, he's like so loving and caring and compassionate. Like this man has a big, big heart and he wants to have kids. And like, he's okay of me having kids. And he cooks. This guy cooks too. And, it's just like little things and all that. And I'm like, okay, so he keeps on filling every single box. And, another thing is that he speaks Spanish. You know how, like, that is something that is so freaking important. My culture, it is so important for someone that I'm with. I want that person to understand my culture, how my family interacts. I mean, yes, our activities, our get-togethers. That if you're Hispanic, everybody's up your ass, up your business. Everybody knows what you're doing, and they want to know. Like, believe me, when I was over there in Louisiana, it was my brother-in-law, my mom, and my brother. And I told him, hey, I'm talking to this guy. Oh gosh, you know what the whole thing was like? I want to meet them. I want to meet him. Oh, he doesn't want to meet the family. I'm like, okay, I'm just talking to him. Talking. Like, there's nothing else. Talking. My mom was like, well, when are you guys planning to get married? What the heck? Why are you trying to marry me off already? No. Talking, conversation, and it was like when I met this guy in December before Christmas, which I was not expecting. And yes, I do have feelings for him. And it was like, you know what? There is hope. There is freaking hope. Sometimes we get inside our walls, we become a hermit, and we don't want to continue moving forward. We don't want to see things, and we are just become so blinded within us. And it's just like, is there an opportunity? Are we open to receive that opportunity? Yes, I know this guy, he needs time to heal. And right now I need to concentrate on my business. It's just like, there's so many things, but I want to get to know him. But going back to the whole, like, finding yourself and giving people the opportunity, at times we're like, oh no, you know what? You don't want to be my boyfriend. Hey, too soon for that. Too soon. But the important thing is, I want to be able to have a solid foundation. I don't want this to be like any other relationship I've had in the past. I don't want to jump in and say, oh, I can't tell him that, or I cannot tell him that neither. No, let me just keep that away from them. I want to be open. And that comes to the whole thing of having hope. Yes, there is someone out there for you. Believe me, there is. If you think that there's not, Change that mindset completely. Eliminate that. Because even though the most silliest thing that you think might be on the list that you have for that significant other or the person that you're manifesting into your life, they're out there completely. Believe it or not, they are out there. And you might not have met them yet, but they are out there. They're probably looking for you. They're probably saying, hey, you know what? I'm looking for this person and she's going to be beautiful or he's going to be handsome, blue eyes and tall and very funny, nerdy, likes anime. And anyways, just an example, just an example on that part. Loves to travel, loves to explore, knows another language. Those are things that I want in a person. But for you, you gotta know what you really want, because once you know what you really want, you'll attract that. But now going back to that person, I'm saying it happens when sometimes just timing is not right. But right now, I just went through a whole year of healing. And I would give it time, but building a solid foundation and communication is really important. It's like, okay, people, my brother and my brother-in-law love to shop. So after Christmas sale on Sunday was the 26th, this lady and I, we were in this line for almost 2 hours. And, this lady asked me, so what do you do for a living? I'm like, I'm a bounty hunter. I find dirt on husbands and all that. And she started laughing. She's like, oh, that's a really good job. I'm like, no, I'm a realtor. And it happens to be that this lady was, her husband is a pilot, but a retired military pilot. And she's like, honey, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, okay. She's like, and I told her, look, I'm single, I'm not married or anything. I have been technically single for the past 4 years. Yes, I was in a relationship last year, but not married or anything. My gosh, 4 years. All right. Go Cindy. But she's like, I did tell her about like my past relationships, my past marriage and all that. And she's like, you're such a wonderful person. And yes, people keep on telling me I'm such a wonderful person, but they don't want to put a ring on it. I'm just kidding on the ring on part of it. No, not really kidding. But it's just like a solid foundation, especially when you're with a military person. There's a lot there. And this lady, this wife was a military spouse. And she's still a military spouse. They've been married for over 50 years. Over 50 years, okay? That is amazing. That is something that I would love to have someday. I don't know about if I'll ever outlive that person to 50 years, but hey, you know what? If I get married this year, then that'll probably be 87. Yeah, another 50 years. Who wants to be stuck with me for 50 years or longer? Because, next time I get married, it'll be till death do us apart, because I am not getting divorced. I'm not. Better think about it 2 or 3 times and see if you want me, then you know what? Then yes, but you're going to be stuck with me till I die. But she was telling me like how difficult it was, because usually military people they bottle up things. They keep things to themselves. And sometimes, especially like through the Vietnam War, it was like so impactful for them. It was traumatizing, PTSD, all of that stuff. It was horrible. And they had to shut down. And not only that, there was no internet, there was no FaceTime, there was no text messaging, no nothing. They had to wait for letters, and some of these letters never got to their loved ones. Some of them got lost in the mail. And she told me something important, and the key to a successful marriage, successful relationship, is to have communication, trust. Because if there's no communication, there's no trust, and being for one another, then you're not going to have a successful relationship. You can say whatever you want to, but that is really, really important. And that actually made me think about it because I really wanted to find out like more to the story. And it's funny because I turned my back. I'm like, I was waiting for her in a corner because we had gotten into the like cashier, and my brother was actually like, okay, paying. And I'm like, okay, so he's paying. I'm just waiting. Okay. And then when I turned my back, I never saw her again. So, oh well. But she taught me something really, really important. So that's one of the things that I was like, wow, that's amazing. I want that. I really want that. But with the whole thing about, I'm not trying to gloat or anything, but like, hey, you know what? I found someone I'm interested. Yay! He lives in Louisiana. Not gonna tell you what he does. But anyway, um, I there is hope. There is someone for each one of you. And I don't know if this is going to work with this guy or not. I mean, we talk, yeah, but he has to go through healing, and I need to finish my stuff for the year. I mean, 2022 is here now, and there's a lot of things like, yeah. So it's important. It is really, really important to see who you want to be with. Every single little thing you want, like, think about what are the things that make you happy? What are the things that you want to grow, that you want to share with someone else? And keep in mind, you make yourself happy. Yes. But wouldn't it be nice to just share that happiness with someone else and travel? Like, my whole thing is, I can't wait to travel with someone else that I can actually create memories. I can say, hey, you know what? Let's go to Italy, or let's go to Australia. Let's go to Japan. Let's enjoy 2 or 3 weeks out there. Let's plan now. I will love that. How many of you wouldn't want the same thing too? I mean, yes, I do travel with my kids all the time, but it's with my kids. And sometimes I travel solo, and sometimes I travel with my brother and my brother-in-law, and I feel like the third wheeler all the time. But I want someone that I can share those memories with too, build those experiences and say, hey, you know what, 30 years down the road. Oh. Okay, so I just realized, so last year, I'm not going to show it to you guys, but last year I actually did a vision board, and I have to update my vision board for this year. But there's something really interesting in my vision board that it is really interesting. So yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. Right now. I mean, there's a lot of travel there, definitely. But like I said, there is opportunity. Don't close yourself. Don't shut yourself down. And when you're at your worst, you're probably going to find that person that is going to walk you the target, and he's going to be fine walking you. He or she's going to be fine walking with you and just talking for hours. It's the connection. It's all on the connection. And there's something that I wrote earlier, which is actually really interesting about hope. I don't know if it was by hope or energy, but it was something similar along the lines. And let me see here. Okay. So, I didn't write that one, but I wrote something else different. So I'll probably post it on my real estate divorce single parent Facebook page. But keep this in mind: what you think is what you attract. Power. So it's your mindset. Okay, so I'm gonna put here. Okay, so I wrote here: our minds, our thoughts, and our words have power. So anything that we say, we're going to get. Yes, it could be good or bad, That's why it's really important to have a positive mindset at all levels, at all times. And don't ever wish anything bad to anybody, because when you do, that's going to come back to you sooner or later. You might not see it now, but it might be coming down the road. So you don't want that. But like I said, there is hope. There is freaking hope. I mean, yeah, like I said, build a solid foundation. If you like someone, keep them as friends. It doesn't hurt to have a contact, right? You never know. You might just meet them back again in 20 years and say, oh, hi, I remember you. And you know what? It might be the person that you liked, and they might be old. Or, a little bit more like, oh, wait, that's a person I like. What was wrong with me back then? But keep in mind, we change. We change with time. So there is hope. Hope, 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 hope. Complete your goals. Do your vision board. I want to hear more about you guys. And you know what? Happy New Year's. And this is to an amazing start with real estate, divorce, single parent. Have a beautiful day.